What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all the beautiful people out there. We're in week 19 of PulseChain being launched. We're going to be going through and doing a weekly review as to what actually has gone on over the last week in PulseChain. So, without further ado, let's take a little gander real fast at the price, y'all. So, we actually have the price currently sitting at 40442 on PulseChain, 40113 on PulseX. We got 20805 on Hex and 203.4 on Hex on Ethereum. We have the price of the Ink token at $1.15. Now, of course, we actually want to see how the price performance is done as well. So, as of the 16th, which was last Saturday, we've actually had a nice little bump increase, roughly about 9% on the PulseChain side, going back to the 16th here. We had a nice little increase here, about 10% on the PulseX side. Things are looking awfully bullish if what we're actually seeing is true and correct. So what we actually have is a 9 EMA and 15 EMA crossing over, thereby making it a nice little bullish pattern. If you actually see it turned it on here, they just flipped bullish as well on the 19th. This one flipped bullish on the 16th. And this is just one of those things that you can see even over the last span since the 12th, as a matter of fact. We've actually already gone up 27%. And even if you got in at the bottom, it's already gone up roughly about 33% as well. So I know a lot of y'all are wanting that price to go back up again. We're really starting to see it kind of show as well. So it looks like we may have reached a bottom, folks. This is just kind of what it's briefly showing me, at least at this point in time. We still have the full moon coming up at the end of the month. September 29th is when it's expected, or when it will show up. So keep that in mind. Full moon typically brings some bearish energy. We also have the incentive token sitting right here as of the 16th. Once again, they've also had a nice little move, roughly about 9% as well, 8 to 9% here. On the Ethereum Hex side, I will say that the Ethereum Hex did not keep up with the movement that we saw from PulseChain, PulseX, incentive token, and even Hex on the PulseChain. Now, as of the 26th, yes, there is some movement up, roughly about 6% overall there. And plus, if you're staked, you get to earn daily interest, but it's not seeing the same little movement. In fact, if you just go from the 16th, the Ethereum side of Hex is actually down. So in the last week, Ethereum Hex has actually gone down 7.58%. And this is just something that we're keeping track of while we're actually going through and keeping records of all this. Hedron and Icosa looking very similar to the Ethereum Hex token or the chart. You actually have the Hex on PulseChain looking pretty bullish again. You have higher lows once again being seen. We're making once again higher highs, and these are always good little indicators to first see what could end up being a thing. And let's see if we can actually pull up the EMA here for the EMA cross. And I just want to flip this over here to 15. Cool. All right, so we actually have the bullish indicator flipped on the 17th as well for the 9 EMA, 15 EMA cross. Again, this is a bullish indicator, so you can see if we pull up that same exact indicator over on the Ethereum Hex side, I do believe that we're actually going to end up seeing it go into still in a bearish form. In fact, we've seen it in this bearish state basically for quite some time. Roughly the last time it was here was 25th of July. And then we had the SEC news on the 31st of July, and this is that big red candle. So did flip bullish for a second, right back here on the 14th of July, flip back to bearish, and we haven't seen it flip since. So at this point in time, this is exactly what it's kind of shaping up to be. Still looking to form some sort of bottom on the Ethereum Hex side, but once again, looking good. On the overall stats happening with the Ethereum indicator, we actually have a couple of good things happening. If you go to speaking.pulsechain.com, you can see we currently have 43,201 active validators. Now, you can see over the last week, roughly, we were at 42,715. So a good increase of almost 500 validators. Once again, making it more decentralized, thereby making it harder for it to be taken down. Now, because if for those of y'all who are validators, you actually get to earn some fee. This is one of the key benefits to when you become a validator. And y'all can see, look how many validators there are worldwide. They're literally in every single continent all around the world. And so this is just absolutely beautiful. Again, sitting on 43,201, not any entering at this point in time, but their APR is 15.8% on their pulse. So if you're earning, or if you're a validator on the ecosystem for PulseChain, you only have to put up 32 million pulse to become a validator, which right now costs roughly about $1,400 to be able to get that amount, based on the current numbers. And you can see the average validator balance is roughly about 32 million pulse, sitting again roughly about $1,400. So you would have to buy the validator equipment, which you can buy on validatorstore.com from David Feeder. I've gone over it in previous videos. He does a great job. He sends them out. He gives you the instructions, and hopefully you can get started if it's something that you're looking to do. You actually get a whole little keyboard set up for a display. You get all the stuff that you need to become a validator, and plus the additional $1,400 there to become a validator if it's something that you're looking at doing. Now, I personally am not a validator, just FYI. It's not something that I typically like to do or entertain. I just want to relax and sit back. And again, we have bigger, better things coming in the near future as well. $82 million is the PulseChain bridge amount right now, sitting on the bridge into PulseChain side. If you actually look at the overall PulseX side, we're roughly sitting a little bit down today based on where current trades are at. Roughly about 76,000 trades today. We had roughly about $5 million in volume and plenty of liquidity across the board. So that way, if someone wants to come in and trade, they definitely can as well. We're on day 135. Folks, fun fact real fast. There are 99 days left in the year, folks. 99 days left in the year. Again, 99 days. Saying it that way makes it seem like it's really right around the corner. At least it does to me, because I hear 99 days and I'm like, that is wild if you say it like that, because you can say December is just a couple of months away and that sounds somewhat similar, but 99 days, folks. We're under the 100 mark for how many days are left in this year. And tell me it hasn't flown by. I'm really curious to see if y'all feel the same way as well. What's going on, everybody? Let me say hello to some beautiful people real quick who came in. Funkmaster Hex, what's going on? Hit the damn like button, peeps. Checks my pulse. Hello, my buddy. Let's go. LFG, Pulse Nation. Yes, sir. The Pothead. Hello, Crypto Jake. We are so freaking early. We definitely are. Oh, hello, Lazy Hexakin. Hexakin Lost in Asia. What's up, Hexico? Exactly. Hex to the Moon. Hello, Fire. Appreciate. What do we have here? A stream? Alan Fizme, as always. Much love to you, my brother. Hey, Digital Farmer, how are you? Crispy, what's going on? Actually, I got the message from you. I want to go check it out here in a little bit. We'll be checking it out. Cheaper E-Hex, you say? Yay, more units for me. Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the fun things that you start breaking stuff down into a different system. So if it's going to cost you the same amount of hex to get a T-share, but you can get double the amount of hex right now on the Ethereum side, meaning you can get double the amount of T-shares on the Ethereum side. Is it really that bad? Is it? I don't think so. I think it's a perfect opportunity to be taken advantage of, and plenty of people will be taking advantage as well. Nice little Saturday going on here. We sure do have a nice little Saturday. Yes, sir. Crispy, how you doing? Doug, hello. Good evening. Alan Chi, yes, sir. Hey, now let's pick up some more T-shares. Exactly. That's kind of what it's feeling like overall right now. Now, if y'all haven't seen, we did just get another little introduction release from the PH guys. They actually just released fame.io. I'm not promoting this by any means. I don't advise y'all do this and get involved with it. It's not something that I will be participating in. People are going to get absolutely wrecked, longing and shorting these protocols, but they did launch and it is here. And so I wanted to share that information because this just happened today. And so congrats to them launching another protocol once again. Now that just means that the way you get wrecked, y'all, liquor, ladies, and leverage is the 3 L's, right? And so leverage is exactly what this is for that platform right there, where you're going long or short and you're using money that you don't have to make those bets to try to make an outsized return and outsized play. Even during the interview he had with Crypto Coffee, they mentioned that Buck had not had a successful trade yet. He went long when he should have gone short. He went short when he should have gone long. And so the opposite will tend to happen, and you will get liquidated. So if you are participating in the protocols, I wish everyone the best of luck there. I really do. I want everyone to be absolutely safe as well, because there are protocols that are out there that allow you to earn yield. In fact, one of them that I'm a big fan of is SparkSwap.xyz. I've talked about them. I've interviewed AJ Brockman as well. That was a phenomenal interview. But the real benefit here is you can actually go into these pools and you can single side stake certain assets. And this has done very well for many people in my Patreon group and many people as well. So this is earning additional yield on top of what you're already earning and letting your money work for you. Now, this is single side staking with Pulse and single side staking with DAI or even wrapped Ethereum. You can choose. Now, keep in mind there is a deposit and withdrawal fee of 4%. Make sure that you are keeping that in mind when making the deposit. In some cases, you can make that back up in relatively a short span of time. In fact, if you just do 109.75 divided by 365, and then what was that? 8 divided by 0.3. So roughly this would estimate you making that money back in about 26 days being inside these pools. Keep that in mind for what you actually have going on for how you're making these calculations. And again, this is something that I'm a big fan of as well. What else do we have overall? Let's see what else we got going on. Oh my God. Thank you for your positive disposition and nearly daily streams. I appreciate that, Charles DYOR. Yeah, the daily streams are fun and all. I had some fun doing that. I actually took the mantle when Hexo stepped aside before PulseChain had launched, and I believe I had gone roughly about 100 and some odd days. I didn't pull off a full year or anything crazy, and then things just ended up happening where time got a little bit off, and I think I found a pretty good area in between. So basically, the only day I'm not really streaming right now so far is Tuesday for the most part, but even then, very interesting to see it all happen and all play out. So what's going on, Crispy? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Movie Club says, what's in November for Hedron? Forgot, but got a feeling Hedron go run in November. Nobody talking about it. Yeah, Hedron, unless Alex needs to come up with the protocol that would allow you the ability to make and bid on certain auctions throughout the entire ecosystem of Hedron, you would need to swap your tokens over to allow this ability to take action. And so we'll just keep an eye on that and see what Alex says. If he comes out with something and it's a PulseChain newsworthy event, we'll definitely be putting it onto the weekly information as well, so that way y'all can also find out what's going on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Crypto Khalil, how you doing? Oh, I definitely long Pulse at 30x leverage at the minimum of $10. LOL. Let's see what happens. Ultra Rex soon. Only to test out the system, nothing else. LLL is not the way to go. Yeah, liquor, ladies, and leverage is definitely the way most men will go broke in this world, unfortunately. And now the system's out there, and for those of y'all who haven't participated, we got so many people who had never done yield farming before start yield farming. We got so many people who've never provided liquidity. Now they're providing liquidity between all these different tokens and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not saying it doesn't help to learn how to handle that information, but be cautious and wise when you're making some of these plays. Understand the risks that also come along with them as well. Don't just think of what could happen if something positive happens, and if only a positive thing happens. Look to see what could happen if you end up wrecking, but what would have happened if you had just done nothing as well. So you have to look at it from multiple angles and multiple aspects. But yes, the triple L system is the way you will fail. Crypto Khalil, hexfire.io is pretty good. If you need something public, let me know. I'll add it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, dude, hexfire.io is absolutely fire. What was the question that you asked him? Hey, what have you found as a good tool to view average stake yield percentage? Maddie's front end used to work, but not anymore. Okay, cool. Yeah, hexfire.io is definitely a website to allow all that information to be found as well. The more you know. Yeah, exactly, for sure. It shows the yield. It shows the average yield percentage on all stakes. I'm up 13 cents. I made it, guys. Alan Fizbay, bro, I freaking love you, man. I hope you get your $10 back and more, and then I hope you actually get to win. Here's what's unfortunate. Okay, so if you end up doing a play like this and it works out, and it's the first time you've ever done it, you're gonna, for whatever, think that it's easy and you go longer with more, or you put more into it, or maybe you do a couple of small ones and you're not really that financially invested, and so you don't really care if it goes one way or another, but it works in your favor. And then you, on the third time, you're like, all right, cool, I understand this. I'm a master. I'm a master at my craft. I've become the leverage king. And as soon as you become that entity, that's when you will fail. So just be cautious and wise. I want everyone to win. And in fact, if you do make it on the win on your very first time doing this stuff, don't think that's the normal way to make this happen as well. It's very few times where you can maximize these plays to actually end up being beneficial. So yeah, revoke.cash. There you go. Here's a question. Does revoke site work for both chains? It sure does, actually. Logi33. It actually works for multiple chains, as a matter of fact, not just the two chains. Revoke.cash works on multiple different platforms as well. And you can actually see some of the items here. Let me go in and see where it is. Here we go. We got Dark, Brave, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me see. And by the way, I just downloaded well, we'll see. We'll see how it all works out on that one. I'm going to keep you in the loop on that one as time goes on and progresses. I'll definitely let everybody know what's happening. Here we go. So these are actually all the chains that you can get on revoke.cash, by the way, and I'll just briefly show everyone. So again, revoke.cash is a website. I highly advise y'all go to this at least twice a year, if not more, but at least twice a year, definitely once a year. It's the same thing as like checking your credit file. You can do it for free. You can look at it. You can see if you want to revoke anything. And if you do, you can connect your wallet at that point in time. So in this case, I've connected my dummy wallet here. But if you did connect your main wallet, you can also go through. The very first thing you want to do is just see what authorizations you've allowed. So for example, I can take this particular wallet here. This is a whale in the PulseX ecosystem. And by going into revoke.cash and coming back in here, I can actually, if I actually copied over the wallet address, it would have been great. Give me 1 second here, and let me actually physically copy the wallet address. Cool. All right, and then I can put it right here. Now, I want to see what this whale in particular, just so you can also kind of get a good idea of maybe what some authorizations end up looking like on them. So you can actually come on down. If your wallet is connected, you can actually revoke it right away from here, but we're going to take a little gander on it. Oh, the reason why I pulled it up is because you can actually see multiple chains. So you can see there on Ethereum, Binance, Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, Linea, Avalanche, Chronos, PulseChain, Gnosis, Rootstock, Phantom, you know, they Moonbeam, like they got all these different chains that you can do it on. And I oh shit, my friend, my God, too freaking hilarious. Well, let me see why this one didn't pull up any the authorizations, because I know this wallet has allowed stuff. Anyways, I don't want to get too distracted on that real fast, but yes, revoke.cash does in fact work for PulseChain and Ethereum. It also works for many other sites as well. So if you were using other chains, then I would definitely say to keep that in mind. Oh, now it actually pulled up. These are the Ethereum transactions, just so that way you can kind of see. They do give a wallet rating as well based on where it actually could be and what it actually is. And so basically what this means is they've allowed a whole bunch of authorizations on here with unlimited token approvals on it. So that way you have an idea. You got the Hextech instance, you got Hedron, Floki, DAI, and all these different tokens. You can see they have unlimited approval, which means that if someone was to come in and get access, or if a DApp was to use this to exploit your wallet, you can connect your DApp, and when it's connected, if you have unlimited spending, you've essentially allowed it to spend all the tokens in there. And so this is just kind of exactly what would end up happening with all these tokens. So be mindful about that kind of stuff. And again, I just wanted to see if I can pull up like PulseChain real fast. PulseChain. Okay, cool. While that's loading, and we can actually come back over here to Deck Screen. And one thing I did want to discuss is where PulseChain's actually fallen as well for the weekly little check. So you can see if you just click on the left side, PulseChain is getting roughly about 10 million 24-hour volume each day. You can see the addresses above it. So currently the ones above it are Polygon, Optimism, ZK Sync, Arbitrum, Base, BSC, and Ethereum. I don't think it's that long before we actually start getting back up here into the top 5 ranks, into the top 3 ranks. These are just some wash trading. I know Sami has proved this so many times in the past, where you can go through here and see the actual volume. So this particular wallet is down 100%, and yet it did $8.1 million in volume. So if I was to actually pull up this particular chart, I'm sure it just looks like a bot comes through and actually just comes through and just goes do 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 do. Yeah, I mean, this thing didn't even last a day. You know what I mean? It literally came out today, and within 24 hours, some sort of rug has happened on it. But these are just fake volumes that are happening all the time. You can see on this one, $1.9 million in volume. $1 million in volume. Just simple little garbage trades. And if you actually see this on PulseChain, you don't see the same thing happen if you sort it by volume. You don't have anything that's just dropped 100%, for example, especially for the ones that are actually true volumes getting traded between the ecosystem at this point in time. So yeah, the new wallet health is GOAT. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty awesome as well. So Logic 33, I highly advise anyone go check it out, just so that way y'all have an idea of what's going on. What else do we have overall? What else is going on? Let me see what else I actually had pulled up on this one. Oh, check out the PulseChain trends as well. That's one thing I just wanted to also take a little gander at. We'll see what was going on in the PulseChain trends to see if in the last maybe 90 days, if there's been any uptick in Google trends or Google searches for PulseChain in particular. So let's just see real quick. We're going to go. Yeah, so it's basically right actually at the same at this point in time. So this is again a PulseChain search term on it. And you can actually see over time, it's kind of sitting in this little 25 searches per day. We get 50 searches per day occasionally. We got at one point in time on August 1st, 100 searches per day. I'm assuming this was the SEC thing, because on July 31st is when it got announced. On August 1st, we get an uptick as well, but you can see we get still a good little amount of people wanting to go check it out. In terms of the interest by subregion, you can see we got a lot of people in Kansas, as a matter of fact, really searching it. So whatever's going on in Kansas, great job getting the word out for PulseChain, and whoever's out there getting the word out. Looks like you still need some interest up in these upper echelon states and everything like that, so you can get into the North Carolina, South Carolina region up here, and all these states up above as well. Yep, we got some Matropa. These are some related queries that people are looking for. Bitcoin price, PulseChain price chart in particular has been quite a bit of interest. So let's just see what this interest is, because why not? This is one of those little perks that you can get. Yeah, so it looks like everything is just kind of calmed down, chilled out once again. So we get some interest on the charts, but primarily it's more interest on the actual search of just PulseChain as well. Kansas, nice. Let's go tumbleweed. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. What's the health wallet? So it's all good, Crypto Khalil. I haven't said it on revoke.cash. You actually get like a rating on your wallet, basically, as to like, have you allowed too many authorized spending or unlimited spending? Are you at a higher risk or a lower risk? Do you believe your wallet health to be good in regards to what you actually have authorized for it to spend? So back to this like whale address right here. Whenever I pull up PulseChain, you can see they have 35 approvals available that they basically have some NFTs and basically put up $118,000 at risk. But on Ethereum, they actually allow the wallet health as well. And so this is actually, again, just checking out, because this is saying what approvals that you have based on the total value that you have at risk, and a whole bunch of information on this too. So very interesting to see. I wonder if they have anything on Binance. I'm always curious whenever I start looking. It's cool. I don't mess with Binance either. So it's awesome that they don't have anything on Binance. I guess it's not awesome, but it's just interesting that they don't really have anything on Binance. I don't think they have anything on Polygon. I'd be shocked. But you'd be surprised if sometimes you start going through some of these whale wallets and you're like, oh, you're on multiple chains. Alrighty, what else is going on? We got some big wallets that are happening. We have Fame that's launched. We have the ability to be looking at price discovery and all that good stuff. So, I mean, guys, y'all have any other questions for me before we sign off real quick? Because that was a quick little update. I wanted to let everyone know what had been happening in the last week of PulseChain. And so that way everyone was just kind of get a quick little update, if you will, into the ecosystem. I do believe that Hex is definitely something that's going to be a sleeping token, and it'll wake everyone up when it starts pumping, and it'll surprise everyone. But that's just one of those things that's just, in the back of my mind, at least on that one. What else do we have? So we have PulseChain. Let me just see if I can do some quick little search here. PulseChain Africa, nope. PulseChain Cowboy. PLS. Yeah, we'll have to look some searching here. Here we go. Because we did a social search for a little while. Social search beta. Yeah, I'll go back and figure out the Lunar Crush thing because that was something that I had found whenever I first started looking at doing it and seeing what was going on. Let me see what's trending right now. We got some alt ranks. We got yeah, just silly little things that are going on right now. That's cool. Ooh, 35 million transferred from an unknown wallet to Coinbase. God dang. I got to see this little trade happen real fast. That's a pretty big number right there to be moving into Coinbase all at once. So congrats to that particular entity who was able to pull off that one right there. We do have a whale alert transaction. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm up 2 cents now. My gosh. I hope I'm not liquidated by the end of the stream. It can be over in a flash. Yeah. Yeah. Oh Jesus, man, that's too funny. I really want everyone to win on that for sure. Like, let's just be crystal clear on it. I really want for those people who do partake in it that they just do it the right way and make it happen. I just know myself, and it's not something I'm willing to do. Yeah, this person just moved 22,000 Ethereum over and sold it into Coinbase. My God, and I mean, sure, why not? 19 days ago, they put up all these tokens into Ethereum, and then today they sold out. So, what happened 19 days ago in Ethereum's price, and what are we looking at right now? Because I'm curious if this person actually ended up making any money, if they actually just did a quick little flip trade and now they're here. So, see if we can find this information out. On the 19th of, oh, this is weekly. Okay, this is monthly here. So, on the 19th of, what was that, July? I think it was September, actually. Oh, where'd it go? Where did it go? Okay, cool. It's right here. And then right here. Okay, cool. So 19 days ago, yeah, September 4th. All right, cool. So on September 4th, the Ethereum price, September 4th. On September 4th, boom. Yeah, they sold that sucker at a loss, man. They put in plenty of money, and I'll show y'all, like, this is trading and doing it bad, but you know, this is kind of what people do. So this particular wallet over the last 19 days, it moved basically it's a set number of tokens, 4,200, 4,200, 4,200, 4,200, 4,200 Ethereum inside this particular wallet, bringing it to a total of about 22,000. Today, they actually sold it all back into Coinbase, meaning that on September 4th, when they made this trade happen, they actually traded it or bought it or got it around this price. And over the last 20 days since they've had that open, they actually ended up selling it for a 2.2% loss. So that's why trading could just get you wrecked. And I know it seems like nothing, but 2% on $10 million, quite a bit, quite a bit on that one. So yeah, quite a bit. Very, very crazy, very interesting to see it all play out like that as well. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, mind the ratios. Is it too late for farming LP on Pulse? No, but I think there's better places that you can still take advantage of providing liquidity and being an LP and then farming the yield on it. So the downside to PulseX, man, and it sucks that it's like this, you got V1 and V2. And so you have to make the decision. If you go V1, you're doing it just for the farms, for the ink pool that you can get based on what you can get as a reward token for providing yield and LP tokens in certain pairs. The V2 means you can be a liquidity provider between any token, but the downside to it is you are limited to only providing liquidity for those, and you only earn the fees on those particular tokens. You can't earn the ink token on V2. And so if I really want to see, and again, I've been keeping my eye on this and I haven't checked today, so maybe I'll just check it real fast before we sign off. I really want to see that they're going to be pulling up the ability for V2 farms. We saw they allowed the option to show up now on PulseX. And so I'm once again keeping my eye on this. They do have some V2 farms on testnet V4. And so they still have the V2 farms right now. And again, at this point, to answer the question, Logic 33, no, it's not too late, but there are better options. There are better options. Mind the ratios for sure. Most don't know just how big and fast this ecosystem could go. 100% crispy. Prove some whales are not up to speed. Yeah, just because you got a lot of money doesn't mean you understand. Thanks, I'll try with a small amount to experiment and understand. Alan Fizman. Yeah, exactly. It goes to show you that even if you have a 9-incher, it doesn't mean you know how to use it. Facts. Yep, understood ratios, and the universe will unlock. 100%. Thanks, ATX. Awesome info and alpha as always. Much appreciated, Logic 33. Well, folks, yeah, I mean, that was basically it. I just wanted to, once again, show you the PulseX side. We have V2 farms. I haven't seen anything come out just yet for that's live, but this is something that I am keeping my eye on and I'm keeping track of. So hopefully we'll see something on this fairly soon and be able to actually get something done. Much love to every single one of y'all who came in, who came through. Much love to all the replay gang as well. Leave a comment down below if you have anything that you want me to also go through and review on the weekly checkup, or if you just have questions, I'm happy to help. Catch you next time. Peace.